Alright, ladies and gents, welcome to this FAQ about VHS, a new upcoming 4v1 asymmetrical, I guess kind of horror game. I'm very stoked for this game. I'm waiting for the beta to come out, and as soon as it does, I'm going to stream and record as much of it as I can. But until then, I figured there's a couple of videos I can make. This one obviously being the FAQ. So everything in this video is from their Discord. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. If you're interested in reading on it yourself, you're always welcome to. Let's get into it. All right, so this first section goes into the metagame, as they call it, and there is quite a lot of questions here. First one being, who are you? The answer is, well, we are Hellbent Games, a small independent game studio based in Burnaby, BC. We made Wick, and now we are making VHS. Now, I'm guessing Burnaby, British Columbia is the one near Vancouver. I think I've been there as well. I'll put a screenshot of the game Wick as well on screen. What is VHS? I keep saying VGS. What is VHS? VHS is a 4v1 asymmetric action tribute to the 80s horror era, where small-town teens face off against terrifying monsters brought to life from the aisles of their local video store. So the game really is based on this 80s horror theme, and as you'll see in the gameplay, it is made... it's very animated like. They didn't go for this very horror aesthetic theme. They went more for an animated... an animated theme. I don't know how else to put it. Okay, so where is VHS available? VHS will be released on our own launcher, as well as on Steam and on Epic. Stay tuned for updates. Now, I use Steam, I don't use Epic, and I don't know anything about their launcher, but you can already add the game to your wish list on Steam if you would like to. Beside that, I also would recommend just signing up for the beta if you're interested in it. I will also leave a link in the description. What will the game cost? VHS is going to be free. As new maps are released, they'll be made available to everyone free of charge. So, I mean, that's amazing. We're not going to have to pay for maps, which I guess is kind of normal, but we'll also not have to pay for the initial game. Okay, but what about acquiring new teens and monsters? Well, you'll be able to purchase new playable characters via currency earned in-game or through premium currency. So, obviously, like in most games, you have that one currency that you can gain from either leveling up or just playing the game, maybe doing challenges. And on the other hand, you'll have the premium currency, which is the one you usually spend money on. How do you plan to monetize the game? We will have a cosmetic store. There are not, nor will there ever be, anything that grants players a definitive gameplay advantage for sale in our store. So, I mean, obviously, they're implying that every cosmetic still stays base kit. Having a specific character or... Well, I'm not sure about character, but having a specific cosmetic is not going to give you a literal game advantage. And I think they're also implying there's not going to be a small advantage. For example, in some games, skins can give you an edge as to how sneaky you are or... Well, yeah, things like that. So I think they're implying that is not going to be an issue either. But let's be honest, most games, skins could have an advantage. Yeah. Can I suggest new monsters / teens / maps? We have a substantial amount of content in the works, including new monsters, teens, and maps. While we welcome suggestions, we cannot promise any make it into VHS. And I think this is kind of normal. It's a new game. They're planning to release with, I think, 5 teens, 3 monsters, 3 maps, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously they're going to have stuff in the works, and it's difficult for them to... you know, take even more suggestions into it, but hey, you can always try, I guess. Will VHS be on consoles? Initially, VHS will only be on PC, however, consoles are something we'd like to have support for down the road, so stay tuned. Yeah, nothing more to say about it. I think we'll just have to be patient for the console gamers out there. What about licensed characters? We have no current plans for any licensed characters. Right now, we're in a position where we can get to be creative and build interesting monsters we think cool and fun to play, both as and against. Anything licensed we would pursue would have to align with our design philosophy and goals for the game. Obviously, this is... I think DBD is the closest example here, where DBD has licensed characters like the Pig, Michael Myers, Baba Sawyer, stuff like that. I think Sawyer's his last name, right? I've never seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But yeah, anyway, they're not planning to do any licensed characters just yet, and this makes sense. You know, they have a lot of stuff lined up, a lot of creativity that is flowing. I'm sure they'll want to go all out until they kind of feel like they're dry, and then maybe they can consider licensed characters. I signed up for the beta, but didn't receive an email. What's going on? Once we're ready, people selected for the beta, will receive an email regarding account creation and code redemption for the beta. So they're basically just saying be patient. That's all there is to it. When will the beta come out? Or when is the beta coming out? Just as soon as it's ready. We want to ensure a quality experience throughout, and sometimes that means spending a little longer to make sure what you play meets our standards for quality. So soon. Don't ask me when. I'm honestly wondering as much as, you know, the next guy. Does this mean within weeks, within months? I'm personally hoping within weeks, but we'll just have to wait and see. So what now? Well, we're still preparing for the beta to launch. While we're doing that, we'll be releasing content to showcase different aspects of the game. Check out #media for the latest. So definitely come join the Discord. They announce everything. There's screenshots here. There's links to gameplay. So yeah, definitely join the Discord. Link in the description. All right, our next segment is gameplay. I think this is the more interesting one. I also do want to make a separate video on how the gameplay works, because it is very different from what I'm guessing most people are coming from is DBD. It is fairly unique, I think. May have some elements of what's that game? Home Sweet Home Survive. But yeah, I personally think it's fairly unique. So gameplay. First question: what is going to be included in the game at launch? Oh, this is what we were talking about earlier. The answer is 5 teens, 3 monsters, and 3 maps. Now, as far as I know, I think everything that is going to be released is already teased in either videos or screenshots. The 5 teens, the 3 monsters you can see in their gameplay, and the 3 maps, well, I think I've seen 2 maps, but I think the third one already is in a video somewhere too. So make sure to check out those videos as well. How do the teens win? Well, the teens win by hitting the monster with a weapon of each of the 4 stigmas. And I'm going to add a bit onto this because I've looked into this. The way it works is teens have to craft weapons, and there's 4 different types of weapons they can craft. They have to hit the killer, the monster, with each one once. If you hit them twice, the second time you will still incapacitate the monster, but it's not going to take a life bar away. So you need to make sure that in order to win, in order to kill the monster, you need to hit them at least once with every different type of weapon. Or stigma, rather. So how does the monster win? Well, the monster simply wins by incapacitating the teens. And as far as I'm aware of this is all just, you know, from what I know. If I do make a video on how the game works, I'll look into this a bit deeper. But the monster can down a teen by hitting them twice, without them healing, obviously. So, you know, you hit them, they don't heal, you hit them again, they're downed. If they then get picked up and you down them again, I think that's when you completely incapacitate one, and you have to do that for all 4. But there is a resurrection method in the game. I'm not entirely sure how to do it, but it does exist, so keep that in mind. Ooh, an interesting one. What sort of cosmetics are there? We have a wide range of cosmetics available for each character. Most pieces are able to be freely mixed and matched, though some more complicated pieces act as complete sets. Again, if you're familiar with Dead by Daylight, an example of this would be most of Cheryl's sets from Silent Hill. The nurse or the police officer, you can't put separate pieces on. You have to equip the entire set. And that's what they're saying here too. They'll have, you know, separate pieces for most characters, but occasionally with specific sets, you will not be able to mix and match, and it'll just be one specific set. Are there dedicated servers? Yep. Our game servers are hosted on AWS. Personally, don't have any experience with this. At least I think so. So I'm not gonna comment out too much on this. What engine is VHS built on? It's built on Unreal Engine 4. Again, not really into all this, so I'm not entirely sure what Unreal Engine is all about, so I'm not going to give any comments on that. Will there be controller support? Yep, we will have full controller support from day one. So this is amazing. For those who are used to playing on console, but who also have a computer or laptop that can run stuff, you can just play on computer or laptop, but plug in your controller. And from as far as I've seen, I think it should be fine. I don't think you should have a distinct handicap with a controller like you would in a game like Overwatch or Apex. Yeah. So any controller gamers out there, rejoice, because you are in luck. Is there an anti-cheat system? Yes. That's all there is given. No more information. Let's hope it's not easy anti-cheat, but hey, we don't know. Yeah. Okay, with that being said, that is the FAQ. The 2 videos I have planned next on this is one on the mechanics, just explaining some specific mechanics towards this game alone. So if you're interested in that, stay on the lookout. And another one is just the gameplay and how the gameplay works. So basically just how those mechanics in game would function. I do want to say I'm not part of Hellbent whatsoever. This is just me being very excited about this game coming out, and that's why I'm making all of these videos. But again, I'd recommend signing up for the beta. The more people, the better. And make sure to join their Discord. You can also join my Discord if you're interested. Subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. That's up to you. Yeah, anyway, I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.